Man, lessons learned right here, man. Don't wait until you get exposed by the government to finally go and say, hey, you know what? I don't like this. And I thought that all your fans were attractive women, and now they seem to be male virgins. Don't start saying all that stuff now after you got fired.
They need me out the way. They trying to get to these bags that these VCs got, raise some capital.
The point with Ebro from Hot 97 getting fired from their radio show, Ebro in the Morning, I guess is what it's called. The fact that he waits this long, right, until getting fired to expose the powers that be and say that they don't care about black music or hip hop or black culture. These, again, are lessons in loyalty and respect.
They don't really care, like, especially for like a Hot 97 and a WBLS. They don't give a fuck about hip hop or black music or black community. They don't give a fuck about none of that. They give a fuck about access.
Look, we already knew this when y'all was promoting degenerate female rappers like Sexy Red and Ice Spice on your radio show, talking about that's what's next and that's what's hot. We already knew that. You know, and the other thing is that now we have people like Drake that have now responded laughing at them because I guess they took the side of Kendrick during the whole beef. But, you know, even Paul Rosenberg goes on to say, yo, this is why we cannot support the whackness that you do. And it's just like, yo, Paul, I thought it was real interesting, not just that response that you said to Drake, but I thought that when he said also that now that he's fired from Hot 97, he feels that he can go on YouTube now. Now they all want to be YouTubers and say how he really feels about the industry. And so it's like, yo, y'all were just playing a front the whole time so you could get your checks? Like I said, people, beware of the industry puppets. Look, anybody who promotes this trash and says that they're part of the culture clearly is not part of the culture, because if they were really part of the culture, they would never promote that trash rap, right? And you know it's true because once he gets fired, now he's telling you that the people, his bosses, the powers that be, that gave him a paycheck for his 9-to-5 job, he knew that they didn't give a shit all along about the hip hop culture. So now he's telling you, oh, by the way, they don't care about the rap music. Like I said before, man, why don't y'all tell us the rap music that basically it is that they don't care about, that they're pushing as far as their agenda? Is it what we've been saying all along? Again, lessons in loyalty and respect. Right here, man, these people are telling you that they were paid off to promote trash by people who had a hidden agenda and did not give a crap about black music, black culture, or black community. Yet, now they speak on it after being fired. And so then we replace one black man with another. Funkmaster Flex is now taking over the morning show on Hot 97. But you know what, though? I think what Flex did that was right was that he didn't get too political. You see, Ebro got too political, and that's where you have to watch out, man. You have to watch out with that. Didn't 50 also say this? I mean, he can go after Diddy all he wants, especially crush a black man on another white man's network, you know, which kind of seems to be almost the case here. Hey, one gets promoted, the other gets demoted. That's what's happening here, man. But what I will say, though, is that, hey, man, you got too political, man. Come on, man. You can't talk about the wars that are going on. They ain't paying you for that, Ebro. They're paying to hear you speak about hip hop, and you couldn't just keep it hip hop. You had to get political. You had to talk about the powers that be, and then you even went on Twitter to say What did he go on Twitter to say? Let me see if we could pull it up. Damn, man. It's going crazy on Twitter, man. People losing their jobs, and they're really now they feel like they can talk trash. But it's just like sometimes you just got to know when to say, hey, is that good for your career or is it not? And we could see the way Rosenberg and Ebro are tweeting. I don't really see Homegirl tweeting too much. I mean, I don't know. I don't follow her, so I don't know. Maybe she is, and I haven't seen the tweets yet. But I know that Ebro and Rosenberg are definitely going at it with people online. And not only that, but they also talking trash to Drake, which I'm not sure is even necessary at this point. But, man, lessons learned right here, man. Don't wait until you get exposed by the government to finally go and say, hey, you know what? I don't like this. And I thought that all your fans were attractive women, and now they seem to be male virgins. Don't start saying all that stuff now after you got fired. It does look kind of corny. It does look kind of tacky. You should have said all this when you was with your radio station, with your job at Hot 97. Now you feel the need to go on Twitter and say how you really feel about the culture. Ebro, now you feel the need to say that the powers that be don't even like rap music, the people that controlled that radio station. Come on, man. Those of us that are in tune, we already knew this when we saw y'all promoting Ice Spice and Sexy Red. I just can't even believe it, man. I can't even believe that they were pushing this agenda that was obviously having money put behind it. But the fact that you didn't once speak up and say, hey, you know what? This shit is trash, yo. Nah, promoting that agenda and that nonsense and that degeneracy. And I know that I'm right about this because now, after the loyalty and the disrespect gets portrayed in the public and you get laid off and fired with your homies, now all of a sudden it's like, yo, these people never gave a F about hip hop or the culture anyways. Now you gonna come out and say it? Like I said, y'all, be careful who you follow. Be careful who the industry plants and puppets are. If they're really about the culture, they want to promote the nonsense to you anyways in the first place. And if they're promoting the culture, then you should definitely check who their resources are. And therefore, as I will say, I'm not surprised about any of this anyways, because I thought lately when I would listen to their show, I thought they were trash anyways. Some of the stuff was okay, but overall, I thought it was trash. Breakfast Club too in some ways. But I think Charlemagne is good at gossiping. And on the side note, since I think I had it pulled up right here in my notes, Wendy Williams made him. And there's no reason for a man to be sitting on a woman's lap like this. Even if it was like his relative, he should not be sitting on her lap like this. So this is why Dame Dash, I think, made the accusations about Charlemagne being gay. But that's a whole nother story. But, you know, I will say, though, that Charlemagne has learned how to gossip pretty well, better than the rest. And this is why I think the Breakfast Club does so well. It's because he learned from the queen herself. He learned from Charlemagne is basically the new hip hop version of Wendy Williams in some ways, to a certain degree. I think she actually was a little bit more bold with some of the storylines she did, because she was one of the first ones that was out there talking about Diddy, right? Talking about how he seemed kind of suspect before anybody was really saying that. I mean, wasn't Diddy the one that got her fired from her job, speaking of which? You see, it's so interesting when you really think about it and you look back how this industry is. People getting fired for certain things that they don't want to do. And then there's others that are under their wing, and then they become the next generation of that. And maybe they flip the script and do it in their own little way. But yeah, man, y'all should have spoke the truth when you had the opportunity. Lessons learned in loyalty and respect. Never depend on your 9 to 5. And now they want to be YouTubers. Loyalty, respect, man.